Lucha Underground has been it was a great company. There were many great moments that made Lucha Underground the way it is. I posted an earlier episode on 3 things that I think was great about Lucha Underground. And now I will give 3 things that I thought wasn't great for Lucha Underground. Number 1, the taping schedule. A lot of people say that the whole quote-unquote airing live thing is overrated, which most of the time it is. Because most of us watch the shows on like a time shift anyway, whether that's DVR or a streaming service or etc. There was one thing though, the viewing habits changed. Lucha Underground taping their matches months in advance, and what was kind of not a great thing that Lucha Underground did, because people could just look at the spoilers and not watch the episodes, and that kind of ruined the episode for some people because they wanted to be able to watch it. They could have changed some things within the taping schedule, like they could have taped it 2 days before, or even a week before, and it wouldn't have been as bad. But there were a couple episodes that were taped like 3 months in advance. One taping that happens, and 3 months later, it's aired on television. And everyone could have looked at those spoilers within those 3-month mark. It wasn't something that was right. And on there, they couldn't react to what the fans were wanting, good or bad. And especially in season 4, it was all taped within a month. Within a month, due to these budget issues that they had. It's sad to see that Lucha Underground had this terrible taping schedule. It doesn't feel right. That's what I have to say about it. It doesn't feel right. And I think they could have done a better job with that. And yeah, I get it. Some people like having the taped and then being able to look at spoilers, and again, taping isn't the issue here. It's doing it months in advance. I just think they could have done something different. But yeah, that's my first reason. Number 2, the contract situation. I understand the value of keeping characters and wrestlers, people in general around for a lengthy period of time, especially when you're starting out. There comes a point, though, when a promotion has to give the performer something to work with. Maybe Lucha Underground thought there'd be more things for people to do, or they would have one season each year, and when they didn't, it was affecting these performers' chances to make money, and they should have worked with these performers to make everybody happy. Instead, they blocked their chances to go anywhere, even if the show's survival was murky. And that's and yeah, in some ways that's great. Um it's a good way to keep Lucha Underground rising, but in other ways, cross promotion matters. And Lucha Underground could have been in the right there. And sure, they could have looked harder at their contract or have been more skeptical about what Lucha Underground could have actually delivered. But the more the more performers cared about complained about the contracts, the worse it looked, and the less it just kept getting worse as a product, which really shows on season 4 of Lucha Underground. And last but not least, number 3. Just some of the really bad booking. Like the booking of some of these characters. Like, there was one time where Sexy Star had the Lucha Underground championship, and I was all in for it. I was like, Sexy Star could be a great Lucha Underground champion. Not long after, she loses it. Like Lucha Underground had some really bad booking within characters, within matches sometimes. Sometimes the characters didn't make sense. And then there was times where Aerostar's misleading powers were taking place. And then Dario Cueto. Just Dario Cueto. He's playing a Vince McMahon type role, which was nice for a while. But in the first season, it didn't really feel like he was Vince McMahon. It felt like he was his own self. But then in season 2, he just seems like a wacky version of Vince McMahon. And you guys know how I feel about WWE. I don't enjoy the product. I mean, and I know it is getting better, but I'm still probably never going to recover entirely from the product, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll come back to WWE at some point, but we'll see. Anyway, it didn't feel right, and I was kind of sad that Lucha Underground's Dario Cueto was basically a wackier Vince McMahon. It just was very upsetting to me. Some of the bad booking decisions and within the performers, I mean the wrestlers that were champions and their top guys even too. And then there was also problems with some wrestlers trying to get over with the fans. And then there was that one problem with Prince Puma. I mean, he was one of the promotion's top baby faces, and then Pentagon Dark just completely steals that entire thing, and Prince Puma starts getting treated as if he was a hated heel. And he has a matchup with Pentagon, and Pentagon eventually wins, so Prince Puma has to leave. And everyone was saying goodbye as if he was a heel. It's upsetting to me how bad the booking was sometimes in Lucha Underground. Ultimately, though, I did enjoy the product when I watched it. There, just like anything, there's always good and bad. The bad stuff do not outweigh the good stuff. There was plenty of great moments, plenty of great ways to enjoy Lucha Underground. Matches most matches were awesome. Booking was kind of here and there. It was bad. It was great. It was in the middle sometimes. It was all over the place. And Lucha Underground was a working promotion. It was trying to be something different. It was trying to stand out in a way. And I think Lucha Underground, for the most part, succeeded in that. They succeeded in trying to be something that fans wanted differently. They wanted a different type of wrestling, and Lucha Underground, for the most part, delivered on that. But obviously there were some major flaws that kind of put the product down, which really showed in Season 4. It really showed. But those are my 3 reasons of why Lucha Underground was bad. And that basically those 3 reasons were why the downfall even happened in the first place. But this is TPW Talking Pro Wrestling. I will see you guys on the next episode. Thank you all for watching. Good night, everyone.